Hello, Patty here, the country wife from Vermont, now living in South Carolina. It has been a week. We're happy to welcome you to our home, but I will tell you that our life has been rugged this week. Since I saw you, we have been to urgent care twice, saw one physician. We're waiting for word from another physician. And this all started on the 4th of March. I probably told you, but I don't go back and look at my videos. I probably should. But that was the day that my husband fell down the last few stairs in our house and gashed his left temple. Bled. Oh my goodness, I never saw so much blood. And I'm not a nurse. My father wanted me to be one, but I knew I couldn't deal with it. It hurts too much to see other people in their pain. But anyway, so we don't know anything yet, but the sleep went to heck when he fell. He hasn't slept well since then. And when I say he doesn't sleep well, he doesn't sleep. And it's very wearing for him and for me. Anyway, it's taxing. I'm asking for prayers again. We need prayers. Hopefully, in the next week or so, we'll find out some other things to do to help him with his sleep and find out if that's the only problem. So, as far as organization, we watched General Conference last weekend, which is wonderful. I love hearing all the leaders of our church talk to us. They say wonderful things. The messages from our Heavenly Father are useful, and I appreciate them. And one of the things that I decided as a result of one of those talks, it just came to me. So I decided, okay, we're going to do it, was that my stuff is a burden, and I'm going to give away my fabric and my yarn. And I actually was thinking of sending out a message to all my friends and saying, if you want yarn, let me know. I'm giving it away. But then another day during my scriptures, I think it was Tuesday, the thought came to me that I need to finish inventorying my started projects. I think I told you about that. I got 3 of the little containers of projects inventoried, and there's needles, the pattern, and the yarn to complete the projects in each of the bags. Now I need to inventory the big bins and make sure that the needles and all the yarn and the pattern are all together so that, well, that's funny. I can see out the window some people are walking by with their dogs on our lawn, coming towards our house. And then a squirrel went by, and one of the dogs went after the squirrel. Funny. Anyway, so I decided that I better go ahead and inventory the rest, do the rest of the inventory, make sure I have all the yarn, then I can give away the yarn. And I am convinced that if I need yarn in the future, I'll be able to have the means to get the yarn. So that's one of those things. I did find a recipient for the fabric, and I'm thrilled to do that, and it's going to go to her, and I'm very happy about that. But even that is going to take time. So I'm trying to hoe out our dining room so it's going to become a dining room. And so it'll look better and it'll be better. And I will be very happy with that. That is it as far as the organization. I actually have the island has been empty for probably 24 hours. Can you believe it? 24 hours. I'm hoping that if I sat down here tomorrow, I could say it'd been empty for 48 hours. We're going for that. As you can tell, having listened to me for a whole year, consistency is not my middle name, and I really would like it to be, but I'm working on it. Okay, so projects for today. One finished project. I'm so pleased with it. Andrea Mowry has a Spin It to Knit It, knit along, spin along every year, or she has for several years, and I did it last year and I did it this year, and I finished the project. The project that I chose this year, you had to do a shawl. No, it was a specific shawl this time. This was the jaunty shawl, and this is yarn that I spun. This darker colored yarn is from Kingdom Fiberworks, Kingdom Fleece and Fiberworks, I think it's called, in northern Vermont. And the middle yarn was called, it was from, let's see, it was from Hello Yarn. And when I saw it there, the fiber was called Little Jaunty. And I thought, well, this is going to be a jaunty knit along, so I need to have a jaunty fiber. And so the interesting thing is, so you can see my spinning is not great. It's not even good, but it worked, and I made enough yarn for this shawl. And it's in I think it's called a half fisherman's rib is the pattern. And so you have an I-cord along both edges, and you increase on one edge, and it makes a kind of a little swoop in the bottom, which I'm very happy with. But it is meant to be worn around your neck like a, I don't know, like a scarf or something, but that's not me. So when somebody says shawl to me, I think, you know, something that you put on your shoulders and keep you warm. Well, you can see that I am way too big for this shawl, but even so, I can put this on, and I'll step back, and if I had a little shawl pin, which I can find, I will put it here, and then I can just hold it on my shoulders and it'll be perfect. But in the meantime, this is what I'm doing. It works fine. It works fine. And you can see this is where I started at this end. And the pattern says you're going to use 45%, weigh your yarn, use 45% of your yarn, and then you start the decreases. Well, I did that more or less. But as you can see, then I did the decreases, and it didn't work out quite the way. I thought that this was going to be right in the middle. See, it works perfect for the way the young women wear they style their shawls. And I don't style it, I just wear it and want to be warm. So anyway, it didn't necessarily work the way it should have, but I love the stitch. I love the way it works. I think it's beautiful. And I'm probably going to make another one with some plain yarn or something else, but I'm not going to spin it right now. I'm off that for right now. I'm trying to get too many other things done. So that was the only completed project. Now I've got two works in progress I'm going to show you. This one is here, let's move that stitch marker. My very high cost stitch markers. This is the Barocco Cable Craze knit along, blanket knit along. And this is the March pattern. You can see, I'm just going to show you, you can tell there's errors, but you know, it's not going to be worn, doesn't have to fit, and I'm perfectly fine with that. When I saw the errors, I was past it in good shape, and I said, okay, that's good enough. where it's just going to be wrapped around people's legs. It'll be perfectly fine. So these are supposed to be, they're going to be about 16 inches wide. So anyway, I am working as fast as I can on this. Hopefully this weekend I will finish it, because the April pattern comes out next Tuesday, and I want to have this March one done by then. It's in the bag with my January and February ones, which I've already shown you. Okay, one last work in progress. In October of last year, a designer whose website is called Annie Sews, put out a pattern for sailor slippers. They became a viral treat. Everybody in the world seems interested in them. They're sailor slippers, they're felted slippers, and they are cute as can be. And I happened to be seeing them, and my husband looked at them and he thought, well, those are nice. He said, would you like to make me some? And he said, do you have yarn for them? And I said, probably. So I went through my yarn and I found that I had one of the colors, but they are 3 color. Actually, they're meant to be 4 colors, but I'm only doing 3 colors. So here's where I've gotten to so far. Let me see if I can. So this is where we are. This is the top. You start at the back and you make this heel strip, and then you pick up stitches along the edge, and then you start knitting down, and you knit quite a few stitches, quite a few rows, and then you start decreasing and decreasing and decreasing. And then down here, the blue is going to be the sole of the foot. And I've just started the increases for the sole. So I'm very happy. It looks very wonky. So these are going to be just the opposite. So the sole is going to be red on this one. And the yarn the white yarn is Alafas Lopi that I got at the Woolly Thistle in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. And the red and the blue, this is supposed to be red, is deep coral. It was the closest to red that I could find. It was from Brown Sheep Company. Let me think. Maybe Nature Spun. I can't remember what it is, but I'll try to put that in the description. But anyway, so you make these big long things and then you felt it in the washing machine. I've watched lots of videos of people who've made them and felted them, and they've all said they turn out perfectly. Well, good. I'm hoping that they will, because the directions, I read the directions, and both of them I had to tear back, because I didn't read the directions as well as I thought I did, or I didn't grasp the directions as well as I should have. And I'll tell you right now that the first thing it tells you is once you cast on these and you start going down, you have to do 30 rows, and then you start decreasing. Well, the way it indicated to me, that what I grasped was that I needed to start the decreases earlier. It's the 30 rows before you start decreasing, not 30 rows after your decreases are done. So anyway, this came out half the size that it should have been. So I had to take that out, the blue one, I had to take that out and start again. And then the red one, which I was working on this morning, I got down to the point and there were way too few stitches, and I had to go all the way back to this first white panel, because I was supposed to have 30 stitches on here. I didn't. I mean, I did. I had 30 stitches here, but I somehow started decreasing, and so by the time I got down to someplace almost halfway done, I was doing the 30 rows on, I don't know, 24 stitches or something. Ugh. So I tore that out and started again. No problem. These, the yarn is nice. It's a nice thing that it's nice yarn. It's nice and, I'm not going to say scratchy, but it's rustic-like. It's not bad yarn. It's not bad yarn at all. I think the brown sheep is softer. Yeah, it's way softer than the not the the Eliphas Lopi, but they're still fine. So that's where I am. I'm ready to go for it on the soles. And I didn't bring it downstairs, but I'm also working on a night shift shawl, which is a mosaic shawl, another Andrea Mowry pattern. And this is her March to May knit along. And I want to have that finished by the 1st of May. Not sure that's going to happen, but I'm going to try. That's a project I work on only upstairs. And these other projects I work on downstairs. So that's kind of my organization of knitting projects. And I have a spinning wheel downstairs, which I try to work on. Yesterday I worked on a few minutes of spinning and downstairs, and I have my electric E-Spinner 3, my Ashford E-Spinner 3 upstairs, and I'm working on that too from time to time, but not as often as I could. If I worked 15 minutes on each wheel, I could make some progress in my spinning, so my spinning would be better quality, and that's my plan. So, happy spring to everybody. Thank you for watching. I hope everyone is having a wonderful spring. We have put some pot of geraniums out on our deck and a pot of beautiful garden party plants. I don't know what they are. They look like asters in a way.